Imagineers from California to New York in the final stages of the World's Fair, where our attractions It's a Small World and Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln made their grand debut. We'll also use that plane for secret scouting missions over Central Florida to find the perfect location for Walt Disney World. Now to look across the street, these beach buildings are the bungalows. These are headquarters for production crews filming here at the studios. And in bungalow number 1 is home to the Disney Channel's Mickey Mouse Club. And in bungalow number 2 and 3 right now taping is Dolly Parton in her new series, Heavens to Betsy. Right now, if you take a look off to your right, you'll see a small branch of our greens department. As we store trees, plants, and shrubs until they're needed on the set. Greenery is often used to hide what the camera's not supposed to see. Plants are grown in these small portable boxes so they can be put to the set as they're needed. These sculpted character-looking plants, they're recognized from Aladdin, winning Golden Girls. Up to 180 artists and designers create and manufacture costumes for our entertainment, movie, and television needs, with over 2.5 million garments, makes us the world's largest working wardrobe department. But as you may know, it does take more than just glamorous costumes to produce movies and television shows. Come on to our lighting, audio, and camera department. As we store equipment, so needed on soundstage or outdoor sets, we also put together sophisticated packages for outside production crews for movies, television, and rock concerts. We look to the right, you see a Delta L-1011, which actually flew in the air for approximately 10 years until we got our hands on it and disassembled it. Now it's used for movies, television, and training films, which is filmed entirely in the Orlando area. To the left is our scenic shop. It's where companies create and maintain props until used on our sound stages and our outdoor sets. In fact, even the exterior of the scenic shop has been modified for movies. Come up, you may recognize this drilling glass. This is from the movie Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, starring Rick Moranis, the sequel to Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. A solar power looking van was the one of 3 actual identical prop cars used in this movie. This was created by the executive producers of Baywatch. Center of Paradise also stars Chris Weatherly, Patrick McNee, and supermodel Carol All. Anyway, we're in our backlot we call Residential Street. A lot of people say they want to live here at Walt Disney World, but before you pack your bags and move into this neighborhood, take a closer look right through that first house. As you can see, none of these houses have backs or inside still, just a facade or a false front. The sign of the yard says it all. Open house. Just beyond that, second house on the right, number 242, was used by Jim Varney in the movie Ernest Saves Christmas. It was the exterior shot for Vern's house, which was the first full-length feature film filmed here at the studios. All sets call for different neighborhoods. All 8 houses on this street resemble different styles of American architecture. And at one point or another, all these houses were either in commercials, television, or movies. This beige Hawaiian style house is probably the most popular house on our street. It was home for 7 years to B. Arthur, Betty White, Lou McClanahan, and Estelle Getty, Rose, Blanche, Martha, and Dorothea, which was the Golden Girls. Just beyond that, this blue house is home to Alice, the Disney Channel's Adventures in Wonderland. And across the street, their neighbors, the Westons, that's Touchstone sitcom Empty Nest, starring Richard Mulligan, Dinah Manhoff, and Bear the dog as Dreyfus. Well, every neighborhood has its big dogs, and ours is no exception. Come up on our 30-foot bulldog watchdogs coming up on your right. This is used in the film The Rocketeer. This is where the flyers meet the Bulldog Cafe. The GD airplane out front was given to the Rocketeer by millionaire Howard Hughes. It's actually just a full-size prop, which never quite got off the ground. our driver today is going to take us a little bit deeper into our backlot. But for right now, as we turn this corner, it's one of the rare times we get to see those folks in the back. How you folks doing back there in the back part of the shuttle? How's everybody? And the final car, hey, how's everybody back there? You folks been keeping along just fine. But right now, Block's doing speeds of up to 70 miles an hour. Checker cabs and convertible buses were used on our New York Street by production crews filming commercials. And just beyond that, these military-looking vehicles, the motorcycle, the convertible, and the tank were used by Steven Spielberg in the hit movie Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, starring Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. Take a closer look at the metal threads on that tanker truck. You'll see they're actually just made of foam rubber. It's a little safer for our stuntmen, stuntwomen, actors, and actresses. Just beyond that, these blue sedans were used in the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit, starring Bob Hoskins as Detective Eddie Valiant. Every time he drove his girlfriend Dolores in Toontown when the car was shot, hit, or blown up, a different car was used. The orange trolley was also used in the hit film Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's actually a bus modified to look like a trolley. Take a close look at their steel wheels. You'll see they're just fiberglass fittings to cover the bus's tires. A helicopter cockpit was used in Blue Thunder, starring Roy Scheider. Colorful push carts and bobsled were used in the film Cool Runnings. Futuristic vehicles used in Blade Runner, also starring Harrison Ford. If you look across the canal, you get a real bird's eye view of Residential Street. As you can see, there's not too much privacy in that neighborhood. Architects and details stop making the shingles just out of camera range. That's an old Hollywood trick that we call saving money. Well, right now we are entering that stand and set, and we do have, I think, yeah, we do have the green light. We're all set, Renee? We do have the green light. We're going to be taking you right on in. Here's where we're with it, testing some special effects. Production crews are probably on break or lunch right by now. But there's one effect they always keep running that you folks will be able to see. We're going to be staying on this bridge coming up. It has been modified for shuttle traffic, but it does have a tendency to get a little bit bumpy, so we do ask that you keep a firm grip on all your loose personal belongings, such as hats, cameras, purses, glasses, anything that might fall off the shuttle. This canyon was actually modeled after a canyon in Southern California. Took our production crews 6 months to build. It's a long time for one standing set, but it's not so bad considering how long it does take in other nations. We are going to be stopping just up ahead. Folks who take some photographs, I'll tell you some little note about the canyon. As you can see, the canyon is a little bit wet. That's because they were testing a rain effect today. And seen in Hollywood, that time is money. Production crews don't have time to wait around for Mother Nature. So it has to rain right on cue. So when the director says action, it needs to start raining. I said action. Well, maybe there isn't anybody here. There you go. That's why I said you were going to get a little bit wet. Depending on when the wind blows, get a little bit wet here. This rain is created by high-power rain clouds located high above the canyon just out of camera range. And the rain forced out in a circular crisscross pattern, giving a more natural effect. Take one, take two. Hang on, guys. There's no need to panic. We're going to be getting you out here as soon as we can. Once again, there's no need to panic, folks. you can probably tell by my terrible acting and by that tanker truck resetting itself, the fact that it was created to get the aero enjoyment. And now we're going to take you behind the scenes to see how these capacities are really created. Can't tell us to look like natural rock formation. Well, now as we turn this corner, if you take a look off to your right, we've got a good view at our backlot. As you can see, it's just a steel structure. With Florida weather in mind, these steel structures withstand hurricane force winds of up to 100 miles an hour. Folks, put those cameras out. You might want to get them ready. If you use the Washington Square arch as pitch frame, you'll see, oh, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You'll also see what appears to be New York City right here in Orlando. This is a trick called forced perspective. The actual Empire State Building stands 100 stories tall. Ours is just over 4. Some say 5, but that's another story. This mechanical monster is used in friend driving Judge Doom's Toontown Dipmobile. And whoever saw that movie knew what that signaled. That signaled the end of a tune, and that's going to signal the end of our tour. But right now, you're going to be heading on to the second leg of your tour. You'll be heading on to the studio showcase, and you'll be continuing on in, following Roger Rabbit's 6-big footprints through loaded bin, and up to the studio catering. When you head on in the studio showcase, you'll see props and puppets from Tim Burton.
Miles closer to you. 50 miles closer to you.